Hello YouTube friends all across the world. It's Perrin Lovett back with another video. Sorry it has been so long, but it has really been a busy year. As you can tell from the title, I finally wrote and published another book, and it is my first novel, The Substitute. Let me show you. I just got a physical copy myself. The Substitute by me. You can tell it's about education because it's a stack of books with an apple on the top. And it's Tom Ironsides' book, so it has the 45. It's a rather substantial book. It's 440 pages with no pictures. And, well, there is a picture, yours truly on the back with a description, which I'll read in a second. And I've got an early review that I want to read. Also, try to straighten this video up here. I'm outside filming at my favorite location, so if you're having trouble hearing, just turn up the volume. You don't need to say that I need a microphone. I know that. I don't make many videos. This is like the second one this year, so it is what it is. Like I said, the book is out. It actually came out at the end of October, and I had a lot going on this summer. Some of you know a little bit about that, but I felt in a rush to go ahead and put the thing out, and yes, it's out. I've been told it is excellent. It's a very well-built book and a very well-written book about a really important subject that we'll get into in a second. There are a few, it's 104,110 words, so in that you're going to have a few errors. I covered that in the afterword. I said that I had left them intentionally in there to give you folks some Easter eggs to hunt for. There are a few more than I intended, so I want to clean that up. And also, with this new printing technology, oh, this one is okay. The margins don't look the same in real life as they do on the either the word processor or in the publishing preview window. But I think I know. Actually, this one looks fine. This one came from Kentucky. No, this one came from Columbia. They print them all over the place. They have all these book factories, and some are better than others. But it's good. You'll like it. I'm going to clean up a few things. And the pagination, that's not quite right. But we're going to fix all that probably this week. Go ahead and buy several right now. And if you get one, get an early version, it's like you're helping to beta test, and you have a collector's item. Now, why is it called The Substitute by Perrin Lovett? And why is it a novel? First of all, yes, I know there is an existing novel with the same title. It's about a young girl who falls in love with a substitute teacher, and then he dies or she dies, and it's, yeah, I understand it's a very good book, but it is in no way related to what I'm talking about. My good man, MB, was doing some promotions on the Facebook, and one of the Facebook geniuses, it's cigar time, one of the Facebook geniuses immediately pointed out a movie of the same name that I had never heard of, because I don't really watch movies anymore than I go on Facebook. But rest assured, it's a totally different subject matter, even though there are facial similarities. I'm going to read you this review that I just got from another author. It's heavy stuff. Let me take a puff. I'm not going to give anything away, except that originally this was going to be one of those non-fiction books about the education system that I never get around to finishing. But, you know, the past year or so I've been experimenting with fictional short stories. A few of those practically wrote themselves. I met this character, Tom Ironsides, and I blame him. He took over and turned my book into a novel, and I think it's a very good novel. And there's going to be a lot more of Tom sequels after this book, and then a lot of work leading up to it. He was a Marine Corps officer, and he served in the CIA, paramilitary operations, and he's a very unique individual. I view him kind of as a replacement for James Bond, so we'll see where that goes. But he finds himself retired and teaching school, or trying to. Actually, I have a pretty good description on the back, but not as good as what was written and emailed to me by my friend and much better fiction author than I, Thomas More, author of A Fatal Mercy and Hunt for Confederate Gold. This is what he says about The Substitute. It takes courage to write a book. Few things are as intimidating as sitting down in front of a blank computer screen day after day and trying to fill it with something worthwhile. Perrin Lovett is doubly brave. I don't know about that, or just once stupid. He has written an original, exciting, entertaining story. Thank you. But he has also had the courage to take on the most sacred cow in the vast American herd, the public schools. The book gives us a vivid, realistic, inside look at the failing public schools based on a real day-to-day experience. And part 2 is nothing but our company man traveling a variety of schools and having adventures. And a lot of his, he finds it alarming that a lot of his prior work with terrorists and international criminals carries over into the world of education. I took a lot of license with the fiction part. Let's see here. Many non-fiction studies on public education, I'm outside, have appeared in the past few years, but The Substitute is the only novel on the subject I'm aware of that compares to the famous muckraker novels of the early 20th century. Gotta love a Harley. Gotta love a Harley. Those were the novels that exposed social evils such as child labor, worker safety, and political corruption. He compares me to Upton Sinclaire, which is huge. I'm gonna skip on. This is insane. I love it. I hope Perrin Lovett's novel will have a similar effect on how we look at the public schools, which demand an ever greater bite of tax revenue while producing an ever worse result. He says I am a natural storyteller with a superb command of language and a tone, sardonic at times, that is appropriate to his subject. Here we go. And he has created a splendid protagonist, Dr. Tom Ironsides, the substitute of the title. Dr. Ironsides is also Colonel Ironsides, retired from the Marine Corps and subsequent Black Ops work with the CIA. He is an academic trained in the classics and a warrior trained to function in a world where survival demands competence. He really is. I didn't so much create him as I met the guy. He just showed up, took over, and just a fantastic literary force to be reckoned with. Doctorate from Harvard, PhD in classics, which he got just after he retired from the CIA, and has all kinds of adventures all over the world. All right, back to the review. At first, I was concerned how Lovett would get such an engaging character, and he's outrageous. He's just a totally over-the-top, womanizing, gunslinging, super intelligent, athletic Superman. How do we get such an engaging character from the battlefield against terrorism to the battlefield against ignorance? I love that line. But he does it quite well. You get a bird, get a muffler. He does it quite well, quite credibly. Ironsides is one of those people with the self-confidence and the idealism to want to spend his later life setting things right. What better venue for his knowledge, skills, and natural authority than the schools? But since he's not officially certified, he has to start out teaching as a full-time substitute. As a substitute, he covers many different grade levels and subjects, giving the reader a genuine cross-section autopsy of an unsustainable system. It's crushed by its own bureaucracy, treats its students more like inmates of a prison, destroys love of learning, and drains the heart out of the teachers. True, 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 and true. Most of the teachers love their kids and aspire to teach them well, but they're overburdened with ever more testing and data keeping and bureaucratic procedure. Instead of making the classroom a place of excellence and learning, public schools are creating sinkholes of mediocrity. And I think that's putting it mildly. I won't spoil the ending except to say it's very satisfying. It's fictional, of course, but it ends the only way the whole national public school debacle can end if America is to remain a strong, free, prosperous, self-governing nation. Only a well-educated people can keep it that way. If we do follow the new course described in The Substitute, we'll have Perrin Lovett to thank. Thank you, Tom, for that magnificent review. I wonder if that means if we don't follow my advice and everything falls apart, am I to blame? I don't know, but make your own decision. Buy the book, $19.95 at Amazon. Go ahead and buy it now, or wait a week, 2. I'm going to do some cleanup, and I'm also working on the Kindle version. I think I've got Kindle down pat. We're not going to have that cigar book running all over the place, no format stuff that I just didn't know what I was doing with. By the way, thank you, Europe, for your renewed interest in the cigar book. Germany and England. It's amazing what we're still selling over there. But take a look at The Substitute. Link is down below for Amazon. I'll just go ahead and wrap this up. I'm looking for more reviews, more 5 stars, and thank you. You're going to enjoy it, and hopefully we'll see you back with another video.